In times like this, how do you know you are okay? That is why knowing how to take and read vital signs is essential. What are vital signs? Vital signs are measurements of the body's most basic functions. The four main vital signs routinely checked by healthcare providers include body temperature, pulse rate, breathing rate, and blood pressure. Vital signs help detect or monitor medical problems. Temperature. How do you measure your body temperature? Your body temperature can be measured in many places on your body, which gives a range of body temperature. Upon taking the under the armpit or axillary temperature, you must have a thermometer and the client must sit in proper posture. For healthy adult, normal body temperature can range from 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5. Tips to prevent a false reading. If you have just taken a hot bath or completed an intensive exercise, wait at least an hour before taking your temperature. Blood pressure. It is the force of the blood pushing against the artery walls during the contraction and relaxation of the heart. How do you measure your blood pressure? Measure your blood pressure with a sphygmomanometer. A blood pressure reading consists of two numbers in millimeters of mercury. Systolic pressure, the first number, the pressure in the blood vessels when the heart contracts to pump blood. Diastolic pressure, the second number, is the pressure when the heart relaxes between beats. Tips to prevent a false reading. First, get in the right posture. Be seated comfortably with the back supported. Second, uncross your leg and make sure your arm is supported and your upper arm is at the same level as your heart. Third, do not exercise, smoke, or have food or coffee at least 30 minutes before measurement. Pulse rate and respiration rate. Pulse rate is the number of times the heart beats per minute, while respiration rate is the number of breaths you take each minute. How to measure? Pulse rate and respiratory rate can be measured with the use of an oximeter. It can be done manually, but most hospitals already use oximeters. It must be placed on the index finger and wait for 30 seconds to record the result for pulse rate and respiratory rate. When you should be aware, pulse rate, it typically lies between 60 to 100 beats per minute. Active people often have a lower resting pulse, as low as 40, because their heart muscle is in better condition. If your resting pulse goes over 100 beats per minute, there would be a medical factors affecting it. Normal adult breathing rate is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. If the breathing rate goes below or above the normal rate, it can be a sign of a central nervous system dysfunction. Tips to prevent a false reading. Always measure your respiratory and pulse rate at rest because exercise or even walking across a room can affect a person's respiratory and pulse rate. Checking vital signs is an important skill to learn because it tells us how the person's body is functioning, helping us to monitor current conditions and alerting us to the changes of health status. It can also give us clues to possible medical conditions that have yet to be diagnosed.